Ludzie na całym świecie coraz chętniej korzystają z obiektów sportowych, pól golfowych i publicznych terenów zielonych. Aby trawa mogła wytrzymać duże obciążenia, darń musi odznaczać się wysoką jakością i wytrzymałością. Barenbrug, czołowy światowy producent trawy, nieustannie inwestuje w programy badań i rozwoju, aby opracowywać nowe gatunki trawy odpornej na duże obciążenia. Aby wyjść naprzeciw tym oczekiwaniom, firma Barenbrug stworzyła RPR Regenerating Perennial Ryegrass. To nowy rodzaj trawy, który jest w stanie przyjąć obciążenia większe niż jakikolwiek inny gatunek na świecie. Skąd wzięła się ta nowa trawa? W jaki sposób firma Barenbrug ją znalazła? Konkurencja twierdzi, że opracowała podobną technologię, więc czy RPR jest naprawdę wyjątkowa? Kilka informacji o krzyżowaniu traw i wyjątkowych właściwościach RPR.
This new species is developed from our breeding program through a long breeding process where we planted millions of plants in turf in Virginia, and we applied traffic on them for 4 years.
Because what you see is, once you put traffic on them and pull the traffic off, RPR recovers because of those stolons, because it is traffic tolerant.
And very, very few plants survived. For example, if we had planted like millions of plants, we brought like about 5,000 of them back.
You have to start with in mind to develop something for traffic tolerance. And that's what we did. We started from ground one to develop something for traffic tolerance.
We noticed that some of the plants were getting extremely large inside. They were spreading sort of sideways. And we selected these plants and studied them further and determined that this is a different species which makes determinate stolons.
So here's part of the original crown. And throughout the year, the stolons will come across the ground and they will start rooting at every node. And they make a new plant. And then the new plant does the same thing. It starts rooting and running stolons across. So this is how it's recovering from the traffic.
The breeding of RPR is done by mass selection. The whole RPR technology is about traffic. All the plants that were selected that made the variety or varieties were selected under traffic. If the plant did not survive the traffic, it died. It just disappeared. It was extreme mass selection.
The technology works, but the plants are traffic tolerant and yet can recover from that traffic once they get a break.
RPR przetestowano w USA, ale czy sprawdziła się także w Europie?
The RPR concept has been developed within the research of Barenbrug. It's a collaboration between the different plant breeders. It's been tested in Europe, but also in the States, where it's been put under where some of these varieties are being developed in America, some varieties are being developed in Europe.
So here is a plant of stoloniferous ryegrass, which develops here stolon, and with the new plants that we can see here that has developed roots. And these plants now will be able to just develop by itself. The thing that Barenbrug works on is having elite material, but also innovating material that is bringing something special, something new to the market. And we can see that there's quite a significant difference between a RPR type, so stoloniferous type ryegrass, where there's not much space left between the rows, compared to here a normal type ryegrass. So we can see here that the plant is well rooted with a very strong root system, which will give you a good wear tolerance. A plant like this is the type of material that we are after: fine, dense, widely spread and very good quality.
Tak opracowywano RPR. A co myślą o niej użytkownicy? Dr Greenshields z firmy Barenbrug pyta o to Alana Pattersona, kierownika pola golfowego St Andrews.
And so how have the results been?
The results have been excellent. We seeded everything in September of 2012 to great success on these walkways. We've made a decision to broaden it out to our semi-roughs and carries. And we've had some really good success. Definition's a lot better. We're actually now mowing on a more regular basis, and we have good definition. Some very good comments from our golfers and our members about the benefits to the semis and the overall presentation and the look of the course. But I say I'm happy with 95% of the areas that we have now.
Qu'en gazonnière, nous on va chercher un gazon qui a une forte capacité à s'enraciner. Grâce au RPR, ça va permettre une installation plus rapide et un gazon beaucoup plus résistant. Par ailleurs, on va gagner en temps de production dans le processus du gazon en rouleau. Et comme on dit, si la racine est forte, le gazon l'est aussi.
Et nous avons choisi Barenbrug, les raygras RPR. Ce raygras traçant nous permet, je dirais, d'avoir une rapidité d'installation, une agressivité, une meilleure résistance aussi aux maladies.
Drużyna Manchester City, zdobywcy Pucharu Premier League, również zna RPR.
I first started using RPR summer 2012, following trials done at our two training grounds, which I was very impressed with. I was keen to use it here after seeing the success that it had at both Platt Lane and Carrington, and it's fair to say we've had some good results with it.
From the last 2 years, from what we've seen with RPR, it has changed for the better in that we seem to have a lot more grass cover and the recovery rates are a lot more than what we've had previously.
We use the RPR mixture with a special mix at the stadium, RPR, and we use it at our academy at Platt Lane, and we're using on all these 6 pitches over at Carrington Training Ground.
The training we're having here at the moment, 6 days a week for the first team. For the reserves, EDS, under 21s, it'd be 7 days a week at the moment because we've got the under 18s here as well. With the wear and tear and more usage levels we're having now, it does seem to repair quicker.
Last year, it was our 10th season here, and it's probably the best pitch we've had in those 10 years.
It's advanced more. The stadium pitch is always in the top 5 in the Premier League, best pitch in the country, and after all the concerts and all the events, I mean, we can't really go wrong with that.
What you see hasn't been divoted since the last game. We're at the south end of the stadium, which is the coldest, has the least light, hence why we've got the lights on now. But it's not been divoted for the first 3 games, after a game, or the day after. The actual regeneration, you see some of the finer leaves there, which, coming up from the RPR, as well as the bar 50, which we've oversown with to try and give us some protection.
I've used Barenbrug now for 12 years since I've been at Man City Football Club, and I feel like the grass seed is right for me, and we seem to like each other.
It's doing very well, and we're very happy with it.
Okej, a jakie są doświadczenia z Holandii?
We hebben voor RPR gekozen voor de ondergrondse uitlopers van het Engels rijgras. Dus dat een snelle herstellend vermogen heeft. Je kunt echt zien dat na enkele dagen, als er een schade aan het veld is, dat die ook weer snel herstelt. Of tenminste, dat de groeipunten weer boven komen. Je kunt gewoon zien dat het een sterke mat is en dat het een sterk plantje is. Op de hertgang hebben we een veld met RPR gezaaid en dat is gewoon een heel mooi veld. Gewoon 100% RPR en is gewoon een strak veldje. Voor een mat die veel bespeeld wordt, zou ik het zeker adviseren.
My experience with the RPR is that it's rapid to germinate. It ticks all the boxes both aesthetically and in wear tolerance. We've selected RPR as a perfect tool to help reduce the amount of worn out and stressed areas on the golf course. We've had success within 2 to 3 weeks. So this is a perfect example. I hope you can see in the background the tram lines of the RPR has been overseeded into the fescue turf. This is after 2.5 weeks of seeding, and you can see how strong it's after coming in. If you have an area that's suffering from wear tolerance or high traffic mechanical damage, give it a go. I have, and I've not been disappointed.
RPR to wyjątkowa technologia opracowana przez firmę Barenbrug. A co z konkurencją, która twierdzi, że oferuje podobne produkty?
Since we have released RPR, there are many other competitors that are coming out with claiming to have similar germplasm in their portfolio. When we select our plants, we put traffic on them year around.
The other varieties, though they say they have traffic tolerance, they can't recover from it, and they continue to die.
It's quite interesting. When we came out of RPR, initially they said that's not possible. There's no perennial ryegrass that can make stolons. And then soon after that, these brochures starting to come out and trying to copy our literature, and some of them did not even copy it right. They called it perennial ryegrass with rhizomes. So it's kind of laughable how those things kind of happen.
The breeding process of RPR is a lengthy process that takes up to 10 to 15 years.
it's not easy to do overnight. It's almost kind of like monkey see, monkey do sort of a story.
Barenbrug is an athletic grass company. This is what we do.